Hello everybody! Infinite Shinjo here. Welcome to another tier list video that nobody technically asked for, but I'm doing it anyway. Let me move this over a little bit. Today, I am going to be showing off some tier lists that I made. I mean, I haven't made them yet, but let's just say that it's a work in progress. I haven't made them yet, but I'm basically already there. So I checked on TierMaker maybe about a week ago to see if there were any Yu-Gi-Oh tier lists. Now, I'm not sure if it's just because I didn't look hard enough, but I couldn't find any that I'm comfortable with making. So I just create one of my own. And I'm gonna show two of them off today. I mean, I only made two, so I'm gonna be showing those two. And this one is going to be ranking every Yu-Gi-Oh show. Now, granted, there are some like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, which is technically divided up into two things, but I'm just gonna judge it all as a whole. So let's start with the most obscure one, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. I wasn't sure about including this one because it's kind of out there and not many people have watched it, but it's still technically Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though it's kind of out there. So I feel like just for kind of being out there, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Honestly, I don't remember much from it except for the scenes that everybody mentioned. So, that's my thoughts. So, Duel Monsters. Duel Monsters is gonna be a hard one because obviously there is nostalgia involved. And I think, for nostalgia involved, I think A tier is gonna be it. I don't want to put it in S tier because that would be too obvious. And GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I do like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It was kind of slice of lifey at the start, but then it did kind of go a bit off the rails. Not in a bad way, more of a good way. I'm gonna say A tier, low A tier, right behind Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. And then 5Ds, absolute S tier. Nothing else. I don't think any of the other ones are gonna be S tier now that I'm looking at it. Because, yeah, 5Ds I think is the only one that I feel comfortable putting in S tier. Okay, what's after 5Ds? Zexal. I'm gonna put Zexal. I'm gonna put it at a high C. Well, yeah, high C sounds about right. I don't want to put it too low, but I don't want to put it too high. So I might... See, it's either gonna be a very high C or a very low B. And I'm just not sure where to put it. I feel just to... No, you know what? I think I figured out how I'm gonna rank the rest of these. So after Zexal is Arc 5. And I think I'm gonna put Arc 5 in C tier actually. Because even though I'm not a fan of how they went with the show, how they treated a lot of their characters, at least it had a proper conclusion. Now Vrains, on the other hand, is D tier. Not because it's bad actually. It's just a bunch of tiny problems just put together. To start off, it turns into the Yusaku and Soul Burner show. Basically, halfway through it, they just win every duel that they're in. Aoi gets sidelined even though she was built up for a lot of it. And not to mention that they didn't really have a proper conclusion. I mean, they kind of did, but like characters like Spectre, Blood Shepherd, all of them kind of get shafted near the end. And the only ones that are really relevant are Yusaku, Soul Burner, Revolver, and I. That's basically it. Robobi to an extent, but like, if they would have focused more on the other characters, maybe a C tier, maybe even B tier. But then we got the newest one, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Which, if you're not watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, honestly I wouldn't doubt it because there's no legit way to watch it unless you want to go on other sites. But Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s isn't actually bad. I'm not going to spoil too much about what happens if you're not familiar with it, but I'm gonna put it in B tier. Granted, it's not finished yet, but from what they're doing so far, I really like it. The main 4 characters are kinda iffy at times. They're still enjoyable to watch. And then even some of the background characters are getting some sort of appreciation. So, give it props for that. But I think that's gonna be my tier list for all the Yu-Gi-Oh shows. That looks pretty balanced. But that's not all I'm doing today, because I'm also gonna be doing a tier list on Yu-Gi-Oh females. Now, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, basically one thing that is present in most Yu-Gi-Oh shows is that the females are treated not so good in a lot of them. There really hasn't been too big of a strong female influence in many Yu-Gi-Ohs, with the exception of a couple. But I gathered up a decent chunk of females here. I think I have 28. Let me check really quickly. 13, 26. Yeah, 28. I got 28 female characters from the original Duel Monsters all the way up to 7s. So let's get started with the original Yu-Gi-Oh. So if I can find one. Okay, let's start with Ishizu Ishtar. She's alright, I like her. Kinda wish she would have dueled more, but she's okay. I would say just for her design alone is B tier, because I can't really judge her on her dueling style because she only dueled one time. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged makes it very questionable, like, why everything is happening. Because if she can use her necklace to predict the future, then why didn't she see all this coming and just turn into a whole bunch of confusion. And speaking of confusion, we have Mai Valentine. I would say, I think I'm gonna put Mai in B tier as well, but I think that I'm gonna put her above Ishizu. Because even though the Orichalco Saga was anime only, it wasn't manga, I still like how they kind of developed on her character, because if we just went off of original Mai before Orichalco Saga, she might even be C tier, because she's just kind of They build her up as a good duelist and they just don't really do anything with it. Alright, and we got Serenity Wheeler. Honestly, I don't know why I decided to include her. I mean, she's not a bad character. It's just that, like Ishizu, she doesn't duel much. So I would say, no, I think C tier. I mean, if she would have stayed more relevant after her big debut, then she might have gotten a higher tier. But as it stands, I think I can only do C tier. Like, if she would have actually done something to encourage Joey, because I don't even think she was present in the World Championship right at the end of the series. I don't think she was there at all. If she would have been around a bit more, then might have helped. Maybe have her duel? Maybe have her duel Mai, because she treated Mai as a sister for a big part of the series. So it would be cool to see those two duel and they would get development for both of them. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy making videos. So, Taya Gardner. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the same situation that I had earlier. She's gonna be in B tier, but far above Mai. I mean, not too far above Mai, just enough. Actually, now that I'm looking at it again, all the Duel Monsters crew is kind of mid, which is kind of interesting, kind of makes sense, because in Duel Monsters, they were kind of just sidelined for Yugi, Joey, and Kaiba, so it kind of makes sense that they don't really get much spotlight. Alright, so we got GX up next. Perfect that they're right beside each other. So, Alexis Rhodes, Asuka, whatever you want to call her, I'm gonna put her in A tier. I think it's just gonna be a low A. I might put somebody else in A to push her over, because I like how they built her up as the queen of the obelisks. I just wish they did something with it. She did get a couple of duels, but only when she got brainwashed by the Society of Light, which might be something you see a little bit further down the road, but I digress. Blair. Nah, I don't want to put her in D. My mouse just kind of defaulted there. I'm gonna I'm gonna put her in C tier, but I think I'm gonna put her above Serenity, because I do like how they took a one-off character from the first season and actually made her relevant again, and I like her snarky little comments that she makes too. Again, just wish that, like, if she was introduced at the very start of the series and a classmate to Jaden and Cyrus from the very beginning, I wouldn't mind that. But they just kind of throw her in. I wonder if it's for any reason why they included her, because it just seems kind of out there. But, again, what do I know? So I think those were the only two that I put from GX. Yeah, GX didn't really have many female leads. I mean, I could have put, who? Camula, the Shadow Rider? Yeah, okay. I mean, I know vampires are somebody's kink, but it's not mine. So, 5Ds. So, Luna is the first one up here. I kind of wish I would have organized these by the series, but it just didn't work out like that. I think Luna's... I'm gonna put Luna right above Blair, because she basically got the same amount of dueling screen time that the other two did. I mean, Serenity only got one duel, but still, Blair and Luna didn't really duel much. Now, Luna has the edge because she has that whole spirit world thing. It's just a shame that they didn't really use much with it, but still cool anyway. Oh boy, Carly Carmine. A tier, right above Alexis. This might be an unpopular opinion. I don't know if it is an unpopular opinion or a popular opinion. I absolutely love Carly. She is a great character. She did great things for Jack's character. And overall, I just like characters that are kind of bubbly and kind of out there at the same time. Now, granted, that's not the case with everything, but like even outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, I love characters like Nadeshiko, Yotsuba, characters that are kind of airheaded but are still kind of down to earth at the same time. I really like Carly. And the fact that Veronica Taylor, the legend, provides her voice just makes things any better. Just puts the icing on the cake, some would say. Maybe I'm hungry, I'm not sure. Misty Treadwell. Yeah, I'm saying C tier. If she would have actually done something after the Dark Signer arc, then that would have probably been better. Although, I think for the most part, the Dark Signers basically all got shafted at the very end. I mean, I think the only ones that were shown afterwards are Carly, Callan, and Greiger. Because I think all the other ones got sent to the Netherworld. I'm not going to say what happened in the Japanese version. You got to find that out for yourself. Sherry LeBlanc. Sherry LeBlanc is... Is Sherry LeBlanc a B tier? Yeah. I'm going to say Sherry LeBlanc is a B tier. I like her character. I like the whole mystery vibe that she had at first. But I feel like not including her earlier on, and not to mention giving her an obviously fake French accent in the dub, just makes things kind of weird. Of course, the first three, actually, GX, Duel Monsters, 5Ds, and Zexal. I'm only judging these off of the dub. I watched part of Arc 5 dub, part sub, so whether I watch the dubbed or subbed is going to have an impact on what I do with these characters and where I place them. Akiza, she is A tier. She can go in front of you. Do I put her above Carly? No, well, you know, more I'm thinking about it, yeah. Because Akiza actually did something after the Dark Signer arc. Unfortunately, Carly didn't. And Akiza just has the psychic powers and stuff. That's really cool. So I think that's all from 5Ds. I can just narrow it down when I get there. So, Zexal. Rio Castle. Easily the best female from Zexal. Granted, that's not a tall bar to make. But, like, she's basically Serenity done right. She had the whole eye surgery thing. She got over it. she's actually relevant to the plot. Crazy to think. And I think Anna Kaboom, Kathy Catherine, where'd you go? Tori Meadows. Yeah, I think all three of those girls go in C tier because they're basic. Well, no. They're not getting off that easily. I think they're gonna go in D. Well, no. Here's what we're gonna do. Anna Kaboom is going in C tier because she actually duels. The other two, Kathy and Tori, the only time they duel is when they're brainwashed. And that tells you something about the Zexal crew. Plus, Anna Kaboom actually has a leg up on the other two, that she actually duels more than the other two. And she actually duels the main character. I mean, Kathy does, but she's just kind of a one-off character. They had a whole bunch of episodes at the start of Zexal just to introduce the cast. And Dextra's gonna be a B tier. I like the Butter Spies as a concept. They're really cool. And the fact that she's not just a female that's, I'm part of not Yuga. What's his name? Yuma. I'm just part of Yuma's harem. Because that's what it ended up being in Zexal, what it felt like. Anna Kaboom, Tori, Catherine, they're all just fighting over Yuma. And for people that are watching it, they might be wondering, why are they fighting over Yuma of all people? Because Yuma's mid? I don't know. Do I rank Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist next? Probably not. Not in this video, at least. Okay, so after Zexal, Arc 5. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. No, you know what? I think I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna put Zuzu or Yuzu in B tier. I'm gonna put Serena in A tier. Because both of them got the most development out of the Bracelet Girls. And on that note, other two in D tier. Now granted, it's hard for me to like rank these, even though I feel like I'm just doing it nonchalantly. But like, there's a bunch of variables to take into consideration. If they got treated respect during their show, how many times they dueled and how many times they win, how relevant are they to the plot, and if they actually made a difference on the show. Kathy, Tori, and the two Bracelet Girls, to be honest, I don't even remember their two names. But they just were kind of there when they didn't really need to be. I mean, I know the one is like Yuga's girlfriend, not Yuga, Yugo's girlfriend or whatever. I mean, she's not really a girlfriend, but she's basically his girlfriend. They hinted at it. And the other one is Kite's sister, not Kite, what's his name? Shay's sister. Now, if they would have actually done something with them, like, the Arc 5 ending is still disappointing that the only two that get to live are... No, wait. Yuzu's the only one that gets to live, right? The other three are just trapped inside her, I think. I can't remember. All I know is the other two Bracelet Girls got done dirty. Bracelet Girls. The Tyler sisters. Shoot, I can't even remember their names. They have golden dialogues in the dub. They have golden lines in the dub of Arc 5. But that's about as good as I can make it. I mean, they have Amazons, so they have the same cards as Mai, but they're still below Mai, so whoops. Alright, so we got Vrains and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. So let's go with Ghost Girl. So I'm gonna put her B tier. I like her character. Actually, she's kind of a more upbeat Dextra now that I'm thinking about it, because they're both kind of standoffish, but she is more happy, I guess, to put it. Speaking of things that aren't happy, Aoi Zaizen. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. I like Aoi as a concept. I like her dual personality between her world and her avatar, but they just kind of dropped the ball with her. I do like the interaction she had with Ghost Girl, and I like how she upgraded her design and whatever. I just wish that they would have done something more with her. She just got kind of shafted after she won against Haru. She just, yeah. She had the Ignis, which is something, but like her whole thing with Miyu, her best friend, that was just relegated to a flashback, and she just got done dirty at the very end. So we got the Sevens crew. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see the whole list. So if you're not familiar with any of these characters, don't worry, they are certainly characters. So Luke's sister Tiger. Obviously it's hard for me to rank any of these because the show is still going on, but I'm gonna say, I actually like the blue hair. I like the blue hair on her. I'm gonna say B tier. The only things that I would say kind of make her only stay a B tier is the fact that half of her lines are screaming and her eyebrows just look kind of weird to me, but that's really about it. Ron's, I think Ron's is gonna go C tier. She's a fun character, but she's just kind of there. Actually, no, I'm putting her between Blair and Luna, because she's more interesting than Blair, and she actually does more than Blair. And let's go Mimi Itachi next. So, Mimi is controlled by a president. If you haven't watched the show, don't worry, that's not the weirdest thing that happens on there. But I'm gonna say, she's got some funny lines. I will give her that. So I'm gonna give her B tier, but I think I'm gonna put her above Tiger, because I like seeing her on screen more than Tiger. And for Asana and Roman, they're both gonna go in A tier. So now it just boils down to, what do I do with S tier? Because I thought about this halfway through making the list, and I think what I'm gonna try to do for tier lists, unless there's something that's super obvious that it's my favorite, I'm gonna just start making the list like this, and then as far as the A tiers, I'll pick some that I think go S tier, just to make it easier on myself. So I think one S tier is gonna be Selena. I love her character. Her Luna lights are certainly interesting, and she's just a fun character. Carly and Akiza did get kind of shafted in their show, and Akiza and Alexis actually did to an extent as well. So I think that's fine to keep them in A. I'm gonna say Asana goes in S tier. Again, this might change. They might drop the ball with Asana's character down the road. But like, from what I've seen so far, I really like her design. I liked her design even before she said a single word in the show. And that just goes to show that I like the design. The gray hair, kind of questionable, but I still don't mind it that much. Plus, I really like the cards that Asana uses. She uses worms, if I'm not mistaken, which is certainly unique for a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Yeah, that is my tier list on Yu-Gi-Oh females. And I probably should have mentioned this before I got too far into it, but I can almost guarantee that I missed a character, but I decided to focus on characters that are more relevant to the plot. Granted, we got some D tiers down here, but still. But like, I didn't want to have it be like super obscure characters like, let me think of a good example. Who remembers Martha from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? If any of you say yes, that you remember her, you're absolutely lying. I didn't want to put characters that are kind of just one-off characters. I wanted to put some that actually made an impact on people. And I'm sure there are some that I missed that made an impact on people, but I didn't want to have this list be too long. But that is my list. If you want me to do a protagonist list or just a male character list, I suppose I can do that. I might have to make it myself, but I can make something work. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Momentai.